Okay, so in this video, let's create a import data form. So for that, we first need to create the URL pattern, right? So we are going to create some URL pattern, something like this, import hyphen data. All right, so I'll create a URL pattern for that here in this urls.py. I'll create a path. So in here, I'm actually going to include I'm going to forward this request to the data entry app, data entry dot urls. Okay, so I'm not explaining the basics of how these paths and all work because as I said in the beginning, this course is definitely not for absolute beginners. You must have the basic knowledge of Django. Okay, so you're still a beginner, you can always go to ratank.com and see some free courses there. Okay, so make sure you have the basic understanding of Django. Otherwise, this course is definitely going to be difficult for you. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you again and again, make sure you have the basic knowledge of Django. Okay, so I have created, I have forwarded this request to data entry dot urls, and then what you have to do, you have to go to this data entry, and then here I don't have the urls.py here. I'll have to urls.py. Okay, so let me copy this. Let me copy this whole thing and paste it here. I'll remove unwanted stuff. I don't need this, and I don't need this include. So this path will be now import hyphen data / views dot import data and comma name is equal to import underscore data. Okay, so let's bring the views from dot import views. Okay, so let me create a view, and here I'm going to say define import data request return render request comma return render request comma what we have to set up the templates, right? So before that, I'll say data entry / import data.html. Okay, so yeah, there is a spelling mistake, a request. All right, so at this point our site is not going to work. What is this no module named data entry.urls? Okay, I should stop the server and run the server. Okay, so let's not try to access the website because it's not going to work now. We have to set up the HTML page. So create a new folder on the root directory and call it as templates, and then go to awd_main settings and register your template here. Inside the templates, dir is just say templates. Okay, so that is done. And then what you have to do, you have to go to this templates and create a new folder because I'm going to make multiple apps in this project. So that's why I have created data entry folder for this import data.html. Data entry. Inside the data entry, I'm going to create import data.html. Okay, so next, let's try to run this. Okay, so I'll set it as HTML because sometimes my VS Code detects that this is a Django HTML. I just want to set it to a default HTML. All right, say h2 import data. Save the file and let's try to run this. And here you can see we have the import data URL pattern ready. And okay, so the home page is giving us the error. Let's quickly fix that. Go to urls.py awd main. Here let's create a simple home URL which is blank. Okay, let me put this here, views.home and comma name is equal to home. Okay, let's create one file inside this awd main and call it as views.py. So let's import that file here from dot import views. Okay, all right, from Django dot shortcuts import render. Okay, and then define home request. Okay, so we are accepting only request, and let's say return render request comma home.html. Okay, home.html, so which will be inside the templates directory. Let's create a new file, home.html. Okay, so homepage, let's say homepage. Okay, so here you see it is detecting as Django HTML. It is actually HTML. I'm not sure why it is happening like that. So this is a Django boilerplate. Automate the boring stuff with the Django. Oh, I'm sorry. It can be home page. Okay, so I just want to get rid of the error. So that's why I made this page. You know what? The next step is to, I want to link this button. Okay, so before that, I want to implement Bootstrap here. Okay, I want to implement Bootstrap here because I want my form to be beautiful, right? So that's why what I'll do is I'll just go to and type Bootstrap form. Before that, I'll say Bootstrap CDN. Okay, I'll go to this W3 schools, and here I will get this Bootstrap CDN. So this will give me the CSS for the Bootstrap, and I'm going to put that here. Wait 1 second. So I'll copy this. I'll copy this from this home.html and put it here. Okay. We can also implement the paste template, but we'll see later. For now, we don't want to do any complex things. Let me copy this and put it here inside the import data.html. All right. So at this point, we have implemented the Bootstrap. Now, what I'll do is I'll say div with the class of container. Okay, div with the class of container, and I'll say h3 import data from import data to database tables. Okay, let's see how it looks. All right, you see, and you quickly add class. Class can be text center. All right, don't worry if you don't know Bootstrap. Okay, so just follow along with me because we are not concentrating anything about the front end in this course. Okay, so we will be working with the back end. Okay, so let's create a form now. From will always take action attribute. So action will be our URL, which is import data. So here, right? So this name will go here. This is the action attribute, and the method method is going to be post, and then okay, so after that I will create a div with the class of form group. Okay, div class form group, and inside this form group I will say input type file. Okay, input type equal to file, name is equal to, let's give it a name, we'll say file path, file underscore path, and then we don't need id, we'll say class is equal to form control. Okay, let's see how it looks. Refresh. Okay, so all right, no problem, let's improve this. So I'll add one label attribute for a CSV file or file path. This will be upload CSV file, and then I'll copy this div, and I will paste it here. So this is for accepting the database table. I'll say select database table. Okay, and next what you need, this will be model name, and the same model name will go here inside this name attribute. And okay, we don't want this input box because we want the user to select the model. Okay, because user don't know the model name, right? So that's why we need to show him the list of models that we have in the database or the project. Okay, so that is the reason I'll say select. Select name will be model underscore name, model name. ID we don't want, and we'll say class is equal to form control. Okay, and then we want option value will be, first value will be blank, and then we'll make it as disabled and selected. So this will be select like this. Okay, so by default this will be selected when you refresh the page. After that we are going to loop through the values. Okay, so for now I'm going to add one demo value, copy this and paste it here, and delete this and demo model. Okay, so later we will bring the dynamic data. Okay, after this we just need the submit button. I'll say submit type not okay, input submit. Okay, input submit, and value will be import data or submit, whatever you can call it. And then class is equal to btn space btn hyphen primary. Okay, so this is a Bootstrap class. Let me refresh the page now, and here you can see we are taking the CSV file and we are selecting the database table like this, and then the user can click on this import data. And so this looks very big. I'm going to put the width here to this form attribute. I'm going to say style is equal to max width is 600 pixel. Okay, and margin auto, so that box aligns in the center. All right, I will add one more CSS property, which is padding top, maybe 50 pixel. Okay, so two things I forgot here. One, we are using method post, right? So that is the reason we must accept the CSRF token, because we are using a method post. And then second thing, we are taking the file. Okay, so we are taking the file here. Because we are taking the file, we must add one attribute called enc type. Enc type is equal to multipart form data. Okay, so this one you must add whenever your input type is a file. Okay, so whenever you accept any kind of files, you must include enc type is equal to multipart form data. Okay, otherwise your form will not upload the file. Okay, so at this point our form is ready. Okay, so this is our form, and in the next one we will bring the dynamic database models. Currently, how many models we have? We have one app, and inside that app we have models.py. So currently we have only two models. Okay, so I've been telling you apps. Okay, so if we create more apps and more models, then this drop down should include that model as well. Okay, so we will do that in the next video.